Sup peeps, my name's Ian. I try to sell books on eBay, which is going okay. I've got a few orders to show you this morning. I've been having to pack stuff up through the day just to fit with the timings. It's school holidays here in Scotland already, so managing everything around what's going on is always a wee bit trickier than just during a normal working week. So it'll be this for the next few weeks, unfortunately. Well, no, it won't, that's a lie. Kids are off with their mum for a week to Italy and then they're off somewhere else, so there'll be times where I can just crack on and do this. But I've got to say, I've been struggling lately, really struggling. But let's have a look at the few orders that are going out this morning. It wasn't a bad day yesterday. I did sell a stack of the 5 Warhammer, was it Horus Heresy books, which went for about 40 quid, something like that. A couple of other nice-ish wee sales, but a few this morning which are quite nice in themselves, individuals, so we'll just get rattled through them. First, we have a ridiculously clean, good condition edition. It's really nice, actually. I really like that. Test of the D'Urbervilles by Thomas Hardy, £6.99, so £3 plus £3.99 postage. Not a spectacular sale. It very rarely is a spectacular sale, but it's these bread and butter ones that just keep things going and going and going. So I'll pop that down there so I can pack it up in a bit. Only the one bundle this morning, which is a tad unusual, but it is a wee stack of Jacqueline Wilson, 4 paperbacks, and even a little hardcover. Don't think I've sold many of her books in hardcover, but they do sell. And as I'm doing this, I've just noticed that copy of Little Darlings that I have picked up, it's got a huge tear on the cover. See that? It's not meant to open that way, so I need to remedy that straight away, otherwise I'll forget and send that out to somebody, which would not be good. That's better. Nice and clean, no broken bits. We sticker on the back, which I have now removed. So yeah, the one I'd picked and the one I'm going to send. So that's disappointing. I need to make sure I update the listing on that one, take it down. But like I say, those 5 books, £11.99 for 5 Jacqueline Wilsons. So yeah, it's alright. So live with it. Oh right, I found a couple of these lately. They're still selling. Matthew Perry, his memoir, Friends, Lovers and the Big Terrible Thing. So I picked up a couple of these lately, got them both listed, and that's the first one sold already. £7.99 for Matthew Perry's memoirs. And this dude that I picked up last week, big stack of them, never seen them before, never heard of them, but I grabbed them anyway. And that's another of the Scott Blade Jack Widow books gone, so that's 3 lots of these I've sold. This one went for £21.94. Don't know why, but they seem very popular. They're Amazon only. I think that might have something to do with, well, if something does take off a bit on Amazon, people who don't buy books direct from Amazon pick them up from eBay and other places, I suppose. And then the final, Tales of Heresy, so another Horus Heresy paperback going out. Really clean, really good condition. Lovely, excellent little book. And that went for £14.99. So I say not many sales, but a couple of them worth a few quid. So excuse me, that makes a wee bit of profit at least and keeps the day ticking over. It's the start of the month. We're on the 3rd of July, so there's a lot of admin bits and pieces I need to get on with, and I am utterly listless. I just don't have any energy whatsoever. It's a horrible feeling. You get this, it comes and goes constantly throughout the year. It's a pain. I'm sure everybody gets it. And it's not a case of lacking in motivation or any of these things. It's just that whole, what's the point? You know, what's the point? We just do nothing. What difference does it make? Which was bad enough in a 9-to-5 job, but it's even worse when you're relying on your own efforts to bring in money every day rather than anything else. and it just wears you down. Yeah. So, been another few orders in later on today, I have no doubt. It's only like 9:30 in the morning, so I'll get these few packed up. I've got a bit of listing I really should get done. I've fallen right behind on my listing in the last few days to be honest. Need to get the momentum going there again. Even to going out to source stuff, it's just like, can I get myself going? It's really an unpleasant feeling. Don't like it, but we'll get things moving. This is how I make money. So if I don't do it, everything comes to a standstill. So that is motivation enough. That's enough to keep everything ticking over. But as with any job, career, profession, whatever it is you do, there's always going to be days and periods where you're just like, oh man, I can't be doing this. And at the moment, that's where I am. So I wasn't going to bother making a video this morning because I can't be doing this. But I'm on the camera. Might be a short one. It was a short one the other day. It wasn't the one yesterday because I just couldn't bring myself to it. Be another short one today, no doubt. But we just got to keep going. So anyone else who has those spells where it's just a case of just, everything goes flat, you'd quite happily just sit in the dark in a corner, speak to nobody for a few days. I'm sure everybody experiences lulls differently, but if that comes around to you now and again, we're all the same. Everybody experiences it, everybody suffers it to greater and lesser extents, and you just have to not so much grin and bear it, but do whatever it works for you to get through it. If you've got that big community around about you, family and friends, whatever it is, who can give you that support and give you a bit of their energy maybe, use that. If you need to be quiet and alone, and that's what gets you through it, do that. Whatever it is, if you don't have a mechanism, find one. Talk to people, work out what works for them, see what might work for you, and just make sure that you keep going and get through it. Because if you don't have that, again, this is from previous experience, when you don't have something that even though it feels bad and it seems to be feeling worse and worse and worse, if you've been through it before or you've got that mechanism, there is light at the end of the tunnel and that things will pick up, level out, get back to normal. Might take an hour, might take a day, might take a week, might take months, but things always do get better and sort themselves out. So we're all in this together. Everybody suffers it the same. Whatever you're doing, don't stop. Just keep cracking on. And yeah, that's us for now. So maybe see you later. If not, I will see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening to my grumblings and my moans. But it's just one of those days. See you later. Bye-bye. Back again. Still at the end of the day. It's been one of those days. I have had a few more sales going out, but I went and picked them to share, and then the boy distracted us with something. Can't remember what now. It was only a few minutes ago. And when I'd done with that, I came straight back and just went and packed them. And then I was meant to, you know how it is. But let's just see if I can have a quick look at what they were, because there was one in there that you should be on the lookout for. It's not high value, but as an author, been selling really, really well, really strong sales lately. And Kimberly Chambers, so I'd picked up yet another of her books, The Brothers, a nice wee hardcover, and I think it's a fairly recent book, so it's not like an old title or anything, but £9.90 that went for. They all look a bit kind of Martina Cole, which coincidentally is another bundle that sold today. Another 5 Martina Coles went out. But Kimberly Chambers, keep your eyes peeled. If you can see them, they might well be worth picking up. What else? The French Laundry Cookbook. So, big cookbook. I don't pick up a lot of cookbooks because so many of them just aren't worth the effort. They're big, they're bulky, they sell for £3.50. There's not much point, but when there's something that looks a bit more interesting, or it's for, say, a specific restaurant rather than the latest celebrity chef, I usually grab them because they tend to be worth a wee bit more. And the French Laundry Cookbook by Thomas Keller and Deborah Jones from 1999, big hardcover book, lovely book, a couple of wee tears on it. I made sure I showed that in the pictures, etc. That sold for £24.13. So I picked that up literally a few days ago, and it sold very, very quickly. A good one to keep your eyes open for, definitely one to watch out for. Did we have anything else? I showed you Tess, I showed you Jacqueline. So yeah, that's everything else that's really gone out. I had a wee Sing John Connolly sold later yesterday. I had my big bundle of World of Warcraft 40k, whatever it's called, that went for $38.48, so that was 5 of them went. So that bundle's, I picked all of them up, and the whole load, the whole pickup I think was 25 quid, and that's already got back in profit from just selling a handful of the Warhammer, not World of Warcraft, Warhammer, and I've still got quite a stack of them left. There's a few more underneath that as well, but my hands can only pick up so much, so yeah, they've gone alright. I did have a wee pick up this afternoon, 70, 80 books, something like that, and there's a couple in it that are kind of interesting that I just thought I would share before they have sold. Some of these I've sold before, so I know they sell reasonably well. Again, none of these are crazy value books, but they are all quite nice, reasonably quick sellers for the most part, and a couple that I've not sold before, but I've sold something very similar, and I kind of know that they are quite good sellers. Let's just get them in order and remind myself what it was I actually listed them for. It's no doubt I'll tell you one thing and then it'll be something completely different. Ugh. See, try to find newest listed on the website. It does matter not, so I'm just going to use the phone. That's the easiest way to do it, because then I can just see exactly what is going on. So, the first one I wanted to show you is, so this is Bath Treasury of Children's Classics. Now that's the particular edition that seems to do quite well, and it's the Secret Garden. So it's cloth bound, lovely, nice wee, I was going to say litho print, but it's not, it's just a print on the front. It's in pretty good condition. One wee line across the back, which I thought was just a wee bit of a stain at first, but it's not, it's a slight scratch in the cloth. So a lovely cloth bound book, bright green edges, keeps it looking really nice and clean. It's always got a wee nameplate on the inside, so have a look, make sure it's not been scribbled in, because that makes a difference. And yeah, other than that, it's just a copy of the Secret Garden, but I've had this 2 or 3 times, and it's always sold within, you know, a week of picking it up, and we've got it listed for £6 plus postage, so £9.99 if it gets bought on its own. But of course, available for the buy 3 get 2 free as well, so somebody can pick up a real bargain with that one. But I say that sells pretty well at that price, you know, fairly consistently. I'll stick that up there, see if I can get that pile to fall over. Next was, now I wasn't going to pick this up, but one of the guys that works in the usual shop I go to, he also works in an actual real bookshop, and he said, oh, that's really popular in our shop just now. It's quite new and it's selling all the time, so I thought, let's give it a go. I don't know if that's right. Having had a look at what's available on eBay, it seems to have a reasonable sell-through rate. You know, it's nothing too bad. Let's see if I can just get it to work out the sell-through rate in particular. There we go. We've got 50 of them listed. It's going to turn out I'm completely lying, and I looked at something different and then thought I was looking at this. 101 sold. So 50 listed, 100 sold, and it seems to sell for, you know, £5, £6, £7. So I've just stuck it on at, I think it was £4 plus postage. So it'll go $7.99, there or thereabouts. But I'm interested to see if it runs. Let's say this is a brand new, it is a puzzle book, so always make sure you check that it hasn't been completed, and then it can be listed up. But you know, it's a cracker. So that one was a wee bit interesting. Again, I thought I would share. I'm going to pop that over there next to the World of Warcraft Warhammer books, and that's not what they are, but now I'm confused, I can't get away from it. Oh, another wee sale's just come in. I'll save that one for the morning, because I'm not going to be packing it tonight. Right, active, because the next book is Vogue. Now, I've not had this, I don't think I've had this particular one before, but Vogue On books, Vivienne Westwood, I think it's sold for about 25 quid, and I've had a few others. So this is Vogue On Hubert de Givenchy, which isn't quite as good as the Vivienne Westwood book, but it seems to sell for kind of 12 to 15 pounds, sorry, 12 to about 18 pounds. So I've stuck it up at 12 quid plus postage, and we'll see how it goes. But I say these wee Vogue On books, not that wee actually, they do seem to sell quite well. Beautiful little books. I'm assuming they're fairly singular print runs, so once it's been and gone, you know, that edition's not likely to come back. I can never find anything in the copyright pages that tells us it's, you know, edition 1 of whatever, but yeah, they seem to sell quite well. And typically, I don't know if you can make that out there, but look for ones that don't have a UK price on the back. So it's either $19.95 or $29.95. That's US and Canadian dollars. They seem to sell quite well. So I don't know if this one will sell just as quickly as others, but typically they do go quite fast. Let's say 12 quid plus postage. I have put that one up for. I'm going to sit that one on top of Myrtle. What do we have? A couple more things. The next thing is an illustrated treasury of Scottish castle legends by Teresa Breslin. Something I have discovered, Celtic mythology books seem to do quite well. So Scots stories, Irish stories, those kind of things. They sell quite quick. Again, it's not huge money. I've got this listed for like £7.20 plus postage, so it's about a tenner. But for a 25p book, you know, I'm not going to complain about that. It's a lovely big hardcover, lots of illustrations to go along with all the stories. Yes, and lots of them. Kelpies, mermaids, red caps. They say there is a mysterious monster in the castle of Glamis. There you go. So that's where Macbeth lived. I remember that from school. But any of these Scottish Celtic legend books, they do seem to sell quite well. And like I say, this one looks like it's not an exception. Let's check the sell through on it, just out of curiosity. 31 listed, and I think there was at least 10 sold. Let's see if I got that right. 6 sold. There you go. So that's a kind of typical sell through rate. What it tells you is, I mean, it last sold on the 14th of June, and then it was the 3rd of June, the 24th of May, and the 22nd of May. So it goes at a reasonable rate. And you just want to be looking at the pricing and make sure that you're being competitive with it. So there are people looking for this book. 30 listed, only 6 have sold. So it's a slow, typical book sell-through rate. But if you're at the right end of the price point, then it'll be yours that sells next. And that's kind of key with these low item things. You want to be in the right place at the right time. And the sold values, one gone for £7.40, a couple from the States that are up at 16, 17, 18 pounds, and then the rest round about the £15 mark. So let's say £7 odd plus postage takes me to 10, 11 pounds. So if somebody's looking for this book next, hopefully it'll be mine that they buy. That's the plan. But Scottish Celtic Myths and Stories. Pop that one over there, definitely worth going. When I picked up today, I also picked up a couple of That's Not My books. I love these. Whenever I see them, I pick them up. They're great. I remember going through them with the kids when they were wee. His tummy is too fuzzy. Oh. So I picked up one or two today, but it was when I saw them I thought, God, I've already got a stack of those, and I've been meaning to make up some bundles. So I found that bundles of 5 or 6 sell quite well for a tenner. So 2 bundles of 5 that I've made up. I just need to go and take photographs, add them to the listings, and they will be going live. So if you see these, that's not my, that's not my, that's not my, that's not my, they're fairly common. I do see them nearly every time I'm out, usually 1 or 2, but I've sold them quite a few times. So pick them up as you see them. Once you've got a bundle of 5, 6, whatever you fancy, try listing them for a tenner and see how it goes. Obviously with kids books, you want them to be in pretty good condition. People don't want to give dirty, grimy books, especially that type of book. You can guess what age it's aimed at. Don't want to be giving those, you know, dirty, grimy books like this to their kids, especially when they're touch and feel. So look for good condition ones, but you do see them fairly regularly. At least I certainly do, and with them being kids books, typically dirt cheap. One of the places I go to, I think I mentioned before, they've got so many kids books and they can't sell kids books. Nobody buys them. So they've said to me, look, when you come in, if there's any kids books, just take them. Just take them, you can have them. Which I do still make sure I give them something for them. But it works out very, very cheap and very, very worthwhile when you can find the right ones. The catch with taking all of the kids books to get the likes of these and the Julie Donaldson, David Williams, etc. Cheap is that you take a lot of stuff that could sit forever or might never sell, but it's there to pass on to somebody at some point, no doubt, and they take up very little space when they're all just thrown in a box in the corner. Anyway, I've been trying to get some life into myself all day, a wee bit of energy to get things moving, because I do have a lot of listening to do. I just keep having slow days. No, aye, just other ones. Look, Usborne, little peep through books. I saw these. Usborne. I don't know how well you'll be able to see this. There's the cover, right, and there's holes all over it. Right? So, actually, the first page is a wee bit of a lie. You can see the tiger's eye. Right? See the tiger's eye. Look, it's a snail on the next page. And whatever those bumps are will turn into something else. So again, I saw these and it was like a set of 3. So are you there, little tiger? Are you there, little elephant? And are you there, little bunny? Really nice, good, clean condition. So again, I thought, let's see if they go just as well as the, what do you call it? The That's Not My books. So we'll get them listed and I'll let you know. But just a curiosity. Anyway, I'm going to go and get on with some bits and pieces now. Get this video uploaded for one. And hopefully, I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for watching.